The spring break week from school is always a busy one for the museum, but the timing of Artemis 2 couldn't have been better to boost visitation even more. And this really came as no surprise to museum officials.
Anytime there's something big happening in science that's being captured and talked about in social media or traditional media, we see the public coming in.
Museum president and CEO Gary Sedal says there's no doubt about it. Artemis 2 has renewed interest at the museum's 8-year-old space exhibit.
I was walking a group through earlier this week and they were talking about Artemis and looking for content about it.
In truth, they have a rooting interest in Artemis here because one of the crew members, Jeremy Hansen, was a guest of the museum during the eclipse 2 years ago.
And so for all of us at the museum to see him up in space now is a really incredible experience.
While there are many different fields of science on display at the museum, there's something about space.
Space is an area of generational interest.
Appealing to the youngest of visitors.
Just the other day, we have a rocket launcher. You build your own rocket, and a kid was lifting it up and saying, "This is my Artemis." It was really cool.
Their parents might recall being just as excited about space shuttles. Their grandparents, the Apollo missions to the moon, when we wore horn-rimmed glasses and drank Tang.
Fair enough.
Okay. In that manner, space isn't so vast after all because it provides a bridge, sparking conversation between generations which exist now.
Even in my own travels and journeys with my family, they talk about remembering those moments.
And those of the future.
And the way I think about it is that Artemis is the Apollo of this generation.
In a place where there's always something to learn.
Yes, tell me about this Tang.
Well, if you know, you know. And I know Scott and Claudine, you both know. The museum's already talking about adding a bit more to its space exhibit, specifically about Artemis 2 in time for the scheduled launch of Artemis 3 in 2028. On your side in the studio, Dave McKinley, Channel 2 News.
I know we all drank a lot of Tang back then, David.